Today around America, particularly in Ireland, and here in the UK, let's face it, is the Feast of St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland. Patrick is one of those early saints. He died round about March the 17th, his feast day, in 460 AD. So that's just after Constantinople had been founded. It's about the time when Rome was being besieged by Alaric, and it's a time of great change. And at a time of great change, there's a time of social upheaval. And Patrick was a victim of people smugglers, of traffickers, and I think that's an important message to get across today. At a time when we've got this rise in population of migration across the world, something that we need to deal with on a global basis. But he's a character who predates the great changes in Christianity, the schisms in Christianity, the Great Schism, of course, and he's there with Ambrose, Augustine, Basil, Athanasius, Jerome, Cyril of Jerusalem. He's there, the early saints of pre-schism Christianity. So he should be celebrated significantly in the Russian church, in the Greek church. He's not so much, and in the Roman church, and indeed throughout Protestantism. But he should be celebrated around the world as somebody who stood up against those who wished to oppress others, who managed against great adversity to triumph. His time as a slave gave him an understanding of another culture. He acquired practical skills about caring for others, and understood the value of solitude, and in so doing was able to drive out the problems of Ireland, drive out the snakes. Almost certainly a metaphor. This isn't. No, it's a metaphor in the same sort of way that in Exodus, Moses' staff can drive out the snakes of Pharaoh. And in fact, there are many parallels between the story of St. Patrick and the stories of Moses and Joseph. Indeed, the parallels between the celebration of of St. Patrick and the Jewish feast of Purim. In both cases, there's a lot of alcohol involved, particularly in the Irish American community. But the idea that a foreigner should come into a country and lead the country, this is important in our day, where global migration brings with it so many riches, where people can come from another country and see the problems that we are facing and give us leadership. This is the message of the story of Patrick, that a new pair of eyes can quite often see and solve the problems that we are facing and can lead us forward. We shouldn't be standing on the borders of our country screaming, "Invasion!" We should be standing on the borders of our country screaming, "Help!" And maybe somebody else, somebody with a new vision, can solve the problems that we seem unable to solve. So let's all celebrate a little bit of St. Patrick, a little bit of the Emerald Isle today.